Good day, everyone. So today I am going to talk about the topic which is deviance as explained by structural strain theory, valued goals, legitimate means to achieve goals, type of adaptations, forms of deviance. So in this topic, we will learn the two kinds of behavior in the society, which is the deviance behavior or the deviant behavior and the normal behavior, which is the standard. Why we can say that that is a deviant behavior. So it is important to know first or to learn first what is a deviant behavior. Okay, a deviant behavior refers to action that transgress commonly held norms. So this deviant behavior is different from the norms, which is the standard. So since nabalaan nato nga ang deviant behavior is lahi siya kaysa normal behavior, mao ni ang mga deviant behavior, mao ni siya ang kasagara nga dili gid nato gaganahan sa usa ka society, because some of it or kanigid nga ang deviance or ang mga deviant behavior is negative gid ni siya para sa atoa. But in every society naagyoy deviant behavior. So deviant behavior exists in every society. Example, sa usa ka society, dili normal sa mga tao diya nga maghimo silang abortion. But naay taong nga kung maghimo ana is naa siya deviant behavior. Kay ang abortion is dili normal sa mga tao dira sa society. So kung gihimo na sa usa ka tao or pipila ka mga tao nga diha nakapuyo sa usa ka society, naagid siya kanang deviant behavior. That's why the deviant behavior is different from the norms. Now let's compare the deviance versus crime. Kay basin makaingon ta nga ang deviance is tanan deviance is criminal. Okay? So una, let's define the crime. So the crime is any act or omission in violation of legal norms. Unlike sa deviance, ang deviance is any act or omission in violation of social norms. So sa crime, kung makahimo ka dito og deviance, no, simpre ang malabag nimo is balaod, no? So pwede ka makulong or naagid kay punishment. Unlike sa deviance, na kung mahimo nimo ni siya nga deviance is walay punishment, dili ka mapriso. So pwede ka dira katawan lang or kasab-an. Okay? So mo nay kalahian sa crime versus deviance. Crime defined by law. The deviance is not defined by law. In crime, there is punishment. But in deviance, there is no punishment. Okay? But not all deviants are criminal. But all crime, connection ana ang deviance. Okay? The deviance is not defined by law. Okay? Second is, the deviant is different from the group. And the deviance is not necessarily wrong. So, dili ka makaingon nga wrong gid kay siya. And number 4 is an act that is not accepted by society. So, kinsa man ning mga society? So, kita na mga tao. It's either atong family, peers, environment, media, school, government, no? So naagid diya ang deviance, no? Example sa school. Sa school, there is cheating. If there is cheating, so ang deviance na exist diya, no? Kanang na estudyante nga kung mo cheat siya is na siya deviant behavior, deviance siya. Another example of deviance in school is cutting classes, no? Kung mag-cutting classes, so na siya deviant behavior or may mo siyang deviance. Another is kanang wearing of uniform, school uniform, no, in regular days. Unya nagi gusto nga dili siya magsuot og uniform kay gusto siya nga kadtong sada gyud nga kanang bag-o nga order sa Shopee or asa pa niya gikuha, no, kanang mga kanang dili uniform, basta gusto siya nga kanang malahi siya sa uban nga mga estudyante nga nagsuot og normal nga suot, which is ang uniform. So ang normal dito sa school is magsuot kag uniform, sa klase is dili ka mag-cutting classes, then dili ka walay cheating. So mo na yung mga normal nga naa sa school. But if ang estudyante naghimo sa mga different from the norms like cheating, cutting classes, wearing the kanang nagsuot siya kanang dili uniform. So naay deviance nga nahitabo. Okay. Sa family, no? Sa family kanang the deviance exists when kanang dili na ka mo respeto sa imong parents, no? Wala na pagrespeto dira, di na ka magtawad sa imong mama, no? So, ang normal sa family is nagrespetuha ka. Then kung gihimo nimo na nga imo lang gilabay-labayan diha o gilabyan-labyan diha ang imong family or kanang member sa family, example especially sa imong mother, then that is deviance. Now, let's move to structural strain theory. What is structural strain theory or what is strain theory? Strain theory helps us understand why crime rates might be higher in certain communities, why some people turn to drugs or violence, and why there might be social unrest. So, ang strain theory, mo ni siya ang nag-explain or nag-ingon sa atua kung ngano ang mga tao nga pakahimo sila or ngano ang crime rates is nakakusog or kanang taas ang crime rate sa certain community. O ngano ang mga tao nga kanang mo padulong sila sa kanang pagka drug addict or kanang violente kaayo sila, no? So let's talk about or let's learn the strain theory. By the way, this strain or structural strain theory proposed by Robert K. Merton. Another thing about strain theory, this strain theory views that crime is a direct result of lower class. So, diri makuan nato ang mga keywords which is number 1, frustration. But let's continue. Lower class frustration due to the unattained goals. So, this strain theory, pwede po nato siya maikumpara o mga kanang sa Tagalog pa maihalin tulad sa criminal etiology. So, what is criminal etiology? The criminal etiology refers to the scientific study of how and why, again, people commit crimes. No? So, nag-explain diri kung ngano gyud ang mga tao makakommit gyud siya og crimes. Okay, there are keywords to define strain theory. So, number 1, again, frustration. Okay? Una gining frustration. Example ani is kung naay kanang tao nga gusto siya makuha gid niya iyang goal. But sa sige niya try og pamaagi kanang daghan na kay siya gihimo nga mga way nga makuha niya but ma-failed lang gyapon siya. Mo tong sa kadaghan sa iyang frustration, mahimo niya ang different kind of crimes, no? So pwede na siya makanang himuon ang mga negatibo nga mga butang tungod kay naa siya'y frustration. Second is anger, no? So mao gid ni ang kanang kasuko. Kung naay kasuko, dali gid ang mga tao ani makahimo og kanang crime kay dili naman sila makahuna-una og sakto kung naa na gid sila sa kapungot. The third is the resentment. Kanang naa kay kasuko, naagid kay kanang murag sama ng loob, no? Next is disparity kaning say kanang pagka sa nidaghan sa atong kanang paniniwala, daghan pagtuo sa kadaghang butang. Mo ni isa gyapon hinungdan nganong naay kanang hinungdan nganong makuan gid ang strain theory. Next is the under great pressure. Then the goal is blocked. So mo na ay mga keywords nga to define strain theory. So here in structural strain theory, the legitimate means of achieving wealth do not always lead to this goal. And not everyone has access to these legitimate means such as higher education. In this situation, there's a great pressure to try to get ahead by any means, legitimate or illegitimate. Meaning, in structural strain theory, there is inequality. According to Merton, the deviance is a byproduct of economic inequalities. So, economic is one of the structure economic, societal, individual, or by groups. So these are the different structure or different structure. So structural strain. So naay problema sa structures. According to Merton, to address the issue of crime, we would need to first address the overarching issues of poverty and economic inequality. So dili lang ang individual ang atong tan-awon, kay basin ang structure pod, no? Basin ang pasweldo sa gobyerno, example lang, maong naay deviance. Now let's talk about the Merton's typology of responses to structural strain. Sa structural strain nga kakahitabo sa society, naay types of responses nga mahimo sa mga tao. So Merton believed that people respond to structural strain and that their response involves some combination of acceptance and rejection of valued goals and means. So this is it. So example, naay gakahitabo sa palibot nato. So unsa man ang mga responses sa structural strain nga gakahitabo sa society. So tan-awon diri ang mga responses sa mga tao. Una is na diri. The first is to adapt. By the way, before I continue discussing regarding Merton's typology of responses, I would like to present first the symbol used in this topic, which is the plus sign and the negative sign. So the plus sign symbol is a symbol of acceptance, and the negative sign is the symbol of rejection. Okay, the first mode of adaptation is conformity. This is the most common adaptation. Individuals accept both the goals and the legitimate means to achieve goals. And the example of this is someone who works hard in school, gets a job, and earns a comfortable living is conforming. The second mode of adaptation is innovation. Here in innovation, individuals accept the goals but reject the legitimate means. Or maybe they find alternative and often illegal ways to achieve success. So think of a drug dealer who wants wealth but achieves it through illegal means or method. Next is the ritualism. Okay, here in ritualism, individuals reject the goals but accept the means. They go through the motions of working hard and following the rules, but they don't really believe in the goals anymore. Next is the retreatism. Individuals reject both the goals and the means. They withdraw from society and often become marginalized. The last mode of adaptation is rebellion. So in rebellion, individuals accept both the goals and the means and actively try to change the system. They might engage in protest or activism to create a new set of goals and means. So, ang mga rebuilding ng mga tao, ang isa sa example ani nga mode of adaptation. Now we learn that structural strain theory provides a framework for understanding how social structures can influence individual. It highlights the importance of considering both cultural goal and legitimate means when analyzing deviance. By understanding pressures individuals face, we can better address the root causes of crime and social unrest.